Yes! I have to admit, it was always going to be difficult for this film not to win me over. I loved Max Brooks' book that this film is based on, and they even filmed part of this film in my home city. That's Glasgow, in case you're wondering, so I'll try and enunciate so you can understand what I'm saying. I don't know what rumours you've heard about Glasgow, but they're all completely true. The hysteria here was immense. It was a Hollywood production with one of his biggest A-list stars right here on our doorstep. Hundreds of locals were hired as extras, there were streets shut down, there was cars everywhere, there was explosions, there was gunshots, there was things flying, it was amazing. So it was a movie that I really held close to my heart. However, I was just a bit disappointed. But I'll admit, I think this is mostly down to my enjoyment of the book. This film really has nothing to do with the book whatsoever apart from the title. As an adaptation, it's awful. I'd give it a 0 out of 5 for that. The only thing that has the same is the title and the fact that there's zombies in it. However, as a standalone film, yeah, it's pretty good. However, as I said, this film really has nothing to do with the book that it's based on. So, I'm going to be nice and I'm going to review it as a standalone film as if I had no source material at all. Let's just call it World War X. World War X, however, is a straight 3 out of 5. The film opens with the scenes I was talking about that were filmed right here, and they act as a real shot of adrenaline to kickstart this movie. People in ripped clothes, covered in blood, running up and down the streets trying to kill each other. How is that different to any other weekend in Glasgow? The film then becomes a nice blend of thriller and horror as Brad Pitt It then becomes a nice blend of horror and thriller as Brad Pitt travels across the globe trying to find the source of this problem that's turned most of Earth's population into a zombie. It's probably the only time you'll see a film where the fate of the world is in the hands of a guy named Jerry. Brad Pitt is good in this role, but to be honest with you, it could have been played by anybody. After the big opening, the film kinda lulls a bit in between the 3 or 4 big action scenes, but when these action scenes come, oh my god do they pay off. This film is intense. The zombies here aren't the shambling or the sporadic type, instead they're an all sprinting, all head-butting swarm that just overwhelms the whole screen when they appear. The action scenes go for a shock and awe approach, but when the film calls for it, director Mark Foster really makes it feel claustrophobic, and this ramps up the tension. Sound is used very well during these scenes as well. Every little trill from the zombie will really jump your heartbeat up a notch. However, there are a few monumentally stupid things in this film. For example, Jerry, who's some kind of ex-special forces guy and apparently very good at his job, forgets to turn his phone off silent when they're trying to sneak away from zombies. And another point, they're actually able to stack suitcases against a curtain, and you thought the physics in Fast and the Furious was bad. And the film ends quite abruptly. It's built up quite effectively and then just goes action, 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 roll credits. The final scene feels like a cardboard cutout of every other zombie film that's ever been made. It works well enough and it's tense and stuff, but I feel like I've seen it a million times before. And this is really disappointing considering the fact that they pushed this film back quite a while in order to rewrite the entire third act. I want to know what it was like originally. Overall, as a film, it's pretty good. It's exhilarating and kinetic when it needs to be, and it's quite tense in points too. However, fans of the book will be very disappointed as to how it's been translated into film. Perhaps if this film had a different title, it wouldn't be so badly received. I'm hoping that Hollywood decides to do its usual and drag out as many sequels as possible from this film, and if they're not going to bother with the source material like they've done here, then just make them as exciting as possible, because that's where this film's strengths lie. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up and let me know in the comments below. I'll put a little box up the top here so you can subscribe to my channel and see the videos when I release them. I'll split the screen as well so that you can get links to other videos that I've made quite recently. And I suppose if you're watching this on a mobile device, that really doesn't make any sense whatsoever, so I'll put those links in the description. Thank you again very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.